What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. I will be very honest with you. I was not planning on streaming tonight. We already streamed earlier today. I had my evening planned out. Things were going well. I was going to go to bed early and get a nice start to the day tomorrow. And then Bitcoin just had to come and ruin all of that by crashing through $100,000. So yes, that is where we're at. I did say like 3 weeks ago, whenever we were close to hitting 100K, that if Bitcoin crossed, I would jump on and do a live stream. So here we are. Here we are. This is crazy. This is fun. This is wild. We're living through some major history at this point. And I wish that I bought more in the dip. I was really trying so hard. I have access to capital that I was going to use to buy more Bitcoin and probably some MicroStrategy, and I won't get it until tomorrow. Sucks. Tomorrow or Friday. That's why I was really hoping that we wouldn't see a Bitcoin. I was hoping we wouldn't see another rally or like 100K until after next week. I was thinking like mid-December based on previous rallies or previous cycles. But this is kind of nuts. So let's see. Harris is in the house. I was just working. It was 97K-ish. Then when I looked again, it was suddenly 103. Yeah, no, the entire day today has been a little crazy. So if I go through and see where was Bitcoin at, actually, I don't know why I'm looking on my phone when I have the chart up in front of me. We were down at 95. Did we even dip into 94? Look at that. We were at 94 at 11 a.m. So less than 12 hours ago. Wow. That is wild. That is wild. Happy six figures. Indeed. Bjangles got to me. Yeah. Well, I was on the phone and just kind of like having a nice quiet evening, and then I saw it crossed 100K. I got the tag from Bjangles, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm sorry, I can't chat anymore. I need to go on and I need to go and have the real conversations here. Let's go talk about some Bitcoin 100K and what this means for the market. Again, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but we're gonna have some fun speculating. Tails is here. What's going on, Tails? How are you, my friend? Harris says 120 or 150K by the end of December. Man, so if you go with what Plan B has said, he thinks that this thing could hit 150 by December and then 200 in January. So that's wild. If we continue at the pace that we were at, I wouldn't say that it's like guaranteed, but I would love to see 150 by the end of December, or at least in December. Aaron Kennedy says, let's go. Gavin the matches 1 Bitcoin or 10 million SPS, which has more potential? Come on, for real? Like for real, gathering the magic? I know at some point SPS I do believe will outperform Bitcoin. So somebody in the future is going to clip this and be like, well, of course, why wouldn't you pick 10 million SPS rather than 1 Bitcoin? But the truth is that I would never pick anything over Bitcoin. It doesn't matter how much SPS. You could throw 3 billion SPS on there and I wouldn't touch it. If I have to choose between that and Bitcoin. So too much counterparty risk. Land might come late. They might allow bots again. There's too much counterparty risk to SPS. All right, Aaron Kennedy says, good question. Gathering the magic. If other people want to answer and provide a different answer, then go for it. But especially right now, my Bitcoin maxiness is going to be very much showing. Dragon says, woohoo, let's have some fun. I'm so happy to be back into this wonderful token. Yeah. Oh yeah, you just bought back in, right? Hell yeah. Well, you know what, Dragon? At least you can say that you bought in under 100K. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not gonna go that doesn't mean that we're not gonna go below again. We absolutely could, but at this point, I'm hoping that the jets are turned on and we get a full-on bull run that we've all been waiting for. That glorious God candle that everybody keeps talking about. So Aaron says, I unfortunately just started getting into BTC recently. Hey man, you just got to get off zero. So, or 10 million vouchers. Oh God, no. Where are vouchers at? Didn't vouchers go up in price? Let's see. When are they going to release the stats of this new card? I'm waiting for the stats to come out so that vouchers pump and then I can sell them all. I'd like to sell vouchers ideally at like a penny versus whatever they're at right now. Okay, why is this not working? See, man, YouTube's being all weird on me again. Hold on, let me just make sure. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, well, hopefully it's coming through on your end. Still says excellent connection. All right, so Aaron Kennedy buying high. Well, you know, you can be like Michael Saylor. You're gonna buy the top forever. Getting BTC is not unfortunate. You're off 0 now. See, there you go. Dragon's got it. Bananas party. Yo, People's Guild. Yeah, you did poke me. So thank you. I was telling folks I was on the phone, just catching up with some friends, and I was like, I saw the price hit, and I was like trying to get off. I was like trying to end the call because I'm like, I think I should go live. And then I got your message, or I got your tag, and I was like, all right, now I have to go. So let's do it. Because I want to be in bed right now, but you know, we'll get there eventually. Yeah, thanks for the great financial advice. Oh man. Well, you know what? Like I said, when it comes to financial advice, I think that everybody should own some Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying to ape into it. I'm not saying to throw your life savings into it. I merely suggest that you should be dollar cost averaging out of fiat currency and into Bitcoin, the hardest asset in the world. You know, how you choose to do that is up to you, but or the pace at which you do that is up to you. But I would say that I'm quite degenerate when it comes to trying to grab as much Bitcoin as I can before Michael Saylor and the U.S. government and governments around the world all try to scoop it up. Dragon, LOL Gathering. All right, I want the new card stats too. Yeah, me too. The DAO should be in BTC. What's up, Chuny? Good to see you here. All right, average sound. That is good advice, just to get a little bit at least. You just want to have a little skin in the game, right? At the very least, I would think. All right, hold on. I need to check something to see if this channel is operating appropriately. I think it is. And then we're also live on Twitch. Hold on, let me check the stream manager there. Make sure that looks good. But Twitch is dead now, man. I mean, not that like I think people should come to watch me, but I remember the days when Splinterlands TV was hot stuff. And it's like now it's just completely gone. Cool. All right. Says excellent connection. I'm going to trust it. And hopefully everything looks good on that end. All right. I will stop worrying about this. Let's jump back into the chat. All right, so now that we've passed 100K, where are we getting before the end of the year? I would say, man, I don't know. I'm like semi-following Plan B's little thing, where he's saying that we get to 150 before the end of December, or sometime in December, so not necessarily ending the month there. But yeah, that would be kind of nice. That'd be kind of wild. Although, man, I need to buy more, and I can't do it until tomorrow. Oh, actually, no, wait, hold on. Maybe I can do some tonight. It's getting crazy. It's, oh no, 103.80, 103. Oh my gosh. So, not financial advice, of course, but I think I tweeted this as well. I don't know if you guys, I mean, for anybody who's following like what's going on with MicroStrategy, I mean, they're just obviously like scooping up Bitcoin as if they're Pac-Man. But Marathon Marathon Holdings has started doing the same thing. I think they've raised capital for convertible bonds. I think they did it last week for like 750 million. Then I just saw a tweet like 4 hours ago saying that they're doing another 850 million to buy Bitcoin, which is wild because I mean, they're like, this is Saylor's playbook. So that's a stock that I am trying to look a little bit more into, at least for right now, just because it's a little bit cheaper than MicroStrategy. I don't know if it's like more or less volatile, but yeah, I don't know. I was just literally been doing my research the entire day after reading that they raised capital last week. I don't know if anybody has any more information on them, but always open to hearing more. All right, so Harris says, yep, this is the best. Guys, this is a gaming channel. All right, so no more talk about price. Let's talk about the new meta. All right, Bitcoin's 100K, but we're going to talk about the new meta. All right, People's Guild, 5% in 1 day is nothing now, so I'm comfortable saying 120K-ish. Yeah, I think, I mean, 120 obviously is a foregone conclusion. I think we can go higher than that. But it all just depends on how the rest of the month goes. I don't see anything that could be like super negative. But, you know, Benjamin Cowan was also talking about how like every month Bitcoin kind of starts off slow, waiting for like the labor data to get in. And then it just like rockets up. And here we are. Jobs numbers came out. And December 4th, off to the freaking races. People's Guild says BTC passing up Google in market cap in the next few days. Crazy. Yeah. I mean, as Bitcoin passes all of these like companies, I think the most wild thing to realize is like, there's no CEO, there's no marketing department, right? This thing is 15 years old. So, I mean, I guess Google's not that much older, but it's like, wow. This thing has just grown into its own asset, into one of the biggest assets in the world, which is wild. And I don't think it's going to stop here. At 109, Bitcoin is bigger than Google, says Chuny. All right. Al Rashid is in the house. Let's go. I've been waiting for this for 8+ years. Wish I had more. LOL. Still not selling. Man, you know what? Al Rashid, I'm right there with you. I wish I had more too. I remember buying it in 2017 and being like, if I just give it, 5-10 years, this thing is going to hit 100K. And I didn't even understand it at that point. I was just like listening to what everybody else was talking about. Like eventually Bitcoin's going to go to 100K. And then of course, as I learned, I'm just like, oh wait, Bitcoin's actually going to go to infinity. But 100K is the first step or the first stop. And yes, today's the day, December 4th, 2024, or maybe 5th for people on the other side of the world, that we finally did it. Dragon says, I'm thinking if the Trump pump occurred already, it could bump up again when he takes office. So, what's interesting is, again, going back to that Plan B tweet, which is, sorry, I'm not going to bring it up on screen here, but I'm just going to look at it in the back end. So, oh, it's so tiny. Can I? Or maybe I will bring it up in screen. I'll copy link. And then let's open it up here. Okay, so this is what he said was up next. 150K in December. At which point, if we hit that, right, so following December, January, crypto people, companies return to US Bitcoin up to 200K in January. Then we have our correction, probably like a sell the news event that I think a lot of people are anticipating once he actually takes office. I don't know what Power Law Crew is, but again, I think it like ends up being sell the news type of event. Inauguration, I think, is January 21st, if I remember correctly. So then we drop down to 150. In March, his prediction is Bitcoin legal tender in Bhutan, Argentina, and Dubai, push up to 300K. April, Trump and the US start building a strategic reserve, Bitcoin to 400. May, other countries, except the EU, join the rat race, Bitcoin 500. Now, this is interesting because this goes along with the narrative on a lot of like the the AI stuff that's happening in crypto right now, but several AI start using Bitcoin to autonomously arb TradFi. Bitcoin 600K, and then July through December. Says he's expecting like a full face melting, second half of the year, which I'm not, at least at this point. I think we're gonna get a significant dip over the summer, and we'll see if we recover from that. But 1 million BTC and then 80% correction down to 200K sounds pretty good to me. I'll say that right now, because let's say, I mean, if you were to buy now at 100K, right, or around 100K, and Bitcoin does its full 80% correction following his little scenario here, you'd still be up 2x at the bottom of the bear market, and that'd be something. So, hopefully some good times ahead. Now, what does this mean for rest of the market? Well, when Bitcoin moves, understand that when Bitcoin moves, everything else stops and watches. So we've seen ETH actually rally quite well. ETH and a lot of the other tokens rally quite well. But now we're watching Bitcoin do its thing, and you can see here, I mean, a lot of the I'm just looking at the 24-hour, right? A lot of them kind of stopped in their tracks because Big Daddy Bitcoin is shaking up the markets. So that means that this little alt season rally that I felt that we had just started experiencing earlier today is probably going to get delayed again, right? We're heading for more Bitcoin dominance. In fact, where is Bitcoin dominance now? See, look, it's back up to 55. So when we were streaming, not even like 12 hours ago, 10 hours ago, Bitcoin dominance had dropped to like 53%. Well, now all of a sudden, boom, it's back up to 55. So we're going to be playing this game back and forth for a while. And if it continues to climb, like, we're still above 103 at this point. Oh, $2 trillion market cap as well. Wow. Now, if we take a look at Splinterlands, oddly enough, look at that. DEC down. SPS down. Hive down. So it's going to be a little bit more brutal, because if let's say over the next couple of weeks, right, Bitcoin does run to 120, 150, whatever it is you want to call it. While it's running, nothing else is going to be really, really pushing the envelope. Which will be interesting. All right, so the People's Guild says there's got to be a big drawback in 2025, possible plan B drawbacks for a double top next year. Well, again, he's already said, right? If we go back to the thing, he's expecting a correction here in February. I'm expecting a correction as well, especially over the summer. Those, the whole like sell in May and go away type of thing. But maybe we do get the double top. Maybe we do have the blow off top in Q4 as we've traditionally had, our all-time high in Q4. But as I said on the live stream earlier today, I am preparing to take profits or start taking profits in the first half of the year. Chuni says the real question is, do the 4-year cycles matter anymore? Dude, absolutely. I think the 4-year cycles are still going to matter for a while. Now, again, I could be wrong on that. I'd maybe love to be wrong on that. Actually, I wouldn't love to be wrong on that. As much as I don't want to see another bear market, I do want there to be another period of time in which I can stack Bitcoin while people, weak hands get shaken out, right? I'm just imagining all the weak hands that shake out from 1 million down to 200K. And in that point, I will be aggressively buying the same way that I was trying to aggressively buy during the past year or 2 years, whatever it is. So I think the most incorrect phrase, I said this earlier, the most inaccurate phrase is "this time is different." I just think the 4-year cycles are going to matter or continue to matter for a while. Maybe once we get parity with gold, and there's less volatility, then sure. But I still think that we're in very heavy price discovery mode. Like Michael Saylor's thinking this thing is going to go to 13 million, right? Isn't that what he said? Like 13 million a coin by 2045. So do you think it's just up and to the right all the way up to 13 million? I don't think so. I think and you know, one of the things that he said, which I thought was interesting, is by 2034, I believe 99% of all Bitcoin will be mined, right? So in the final 100-ish years, we'll only be going for the last 1%. So that's why the gold rush is now. I can see volatility happening over the next 2 cycles, right? The halving in 2028 and the halving in 2032, still playing a crucial role. And then once, you know, adoption is set at a much more mainstream level, and once we've mined, you know, the 99%, I can see things slowing down a bit. People, the way to spoil the fun looking at SPL assets. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, look, Splinterland's gonna miss the bull run. What can I say? Sorry, guys. Obviously, this is my personal first target for this bull run was to sell off a portion around 130K. From looking at the graphs and watching the exponential bottom to drop and reduce after every halving, I chose 130K. All right. Okay. Well, the question is, Al Rashid. The question is, if we hit 130K in the next week or 2, you still gonna sell? Or is greed gonna kick in? Because this is my favorite time, right? For all the people out there who are like, oh, I can't wait until SPS gets to like 2 cents or 3 cents. I'm gonna sell and like leave. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see when the chips are stacking up real high. I think the greed's gonna become a factor, and those people are gonna get real quiet. And they're just gonna sit there and wait and wait and wait, and then they're gonna get screwed again because they got greedy. So Drake said, after your stream earlier today, I wondered if the 4-year cycle is still a thing now that crypto is getting more attention. I still think it's going to be a thing. You know, human psychology is human psychology. It doesn't matter if it's happening at the individual level or at, you know, the nation state level. I think you're going to get a lot of countries that hop into Bitcoin. Like they're not going to be diamond hands like El Salvador or maybe even the US, right? If you throw the US into that, if you get a lot of nation states, you get a lot of corporations that are YOLOing in to Bitcoin, right? I think you get a lot of them who try to trade Bitcoin because they expect the cycles. So therefore it's a prophecy, like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, which means we get up higher, right? Bitcoin starts to get out of control, right? If, you know, according to Plan B here, right? And it's not just Plan B. I mean, I was just watching Jack Mallers again today, who's been saying like he expects it to go anywhere between like 250 to $1 million. So you get up into those higher levels. I don't know, maybe we hit 700K, 800K or something like that. Again, not a prediction. I'm just saying that this is the model that other people have thrown out there. You don't think that some, you know, nation states, corporations, individuals are not going to try to take some risk off the top? And once it drops from 800 to 700, you don't think more people are going to be like, maybe this is over. Let me take more risk off the top. 700 to 600, 600 to 500, right? Like it doesn't matter. I think whether it's happening at the individual level, the corporate level, or the nation state level, I think we will still have the 4-year cycle. It's just so ingrained. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, what may end up happening is that maybe the bear market, or at least the bear market for Bitcoin specifically, is no longer as deep, right? Meaning that we don't get the 80% correction that we normally do. We still see a massive sell-off, but you have Sailor and MicroStrategy trying to buy as much as they can. You have Marathon now trying to buy as much as they can. If the U.S. Strategic Reserve says like, yeah, it doesn't matter whether the market's up or the market's down, we're going to print some money, we're going to buy some Bitcoin, like all of that could help negate the downward pressure. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. All right, Overseas says exponential bottom. Oh, okay, this is for the other. Yes, I'll sell. I did what you are implying 4 years ago. Refused to believe it would come down. Didn't sell at targets. Yeah, man. A lot of us took the round trip, man. So, you know, hopefully we've all learned from our mistakes. and then was forced to hold until now. Won't make the same mistake, but your question made me grin massive because it's a good question, and I already did exactly what you said, and then waited 4 more years. Greed is an insidious thing, man, and this is no judgment, right? I think we all suffered from it last bull run. If you were here last bull run, I mean, every project, every pump that you saw was like, oh my god, this thing has done a 10x already. I think he can do another 5x from here. Like, yeah, right. So yeah, it is what it is. This is why I'm trying to be much more disciplined on taking that ice cream money off the table. See, I've already gotten more greedy, right? If you think about it, starting in January of this year, I was getting excited for the bull run, and I was like, okay, well, it seems like things are starting to pick up again, and we're starting to move. I am actually going to stop selling SPS, right? Because I was selling SPS for Bitcoin, right? Primarily, right? That's what I was doing, because it's just like, okay, bear market, let me sell for Bitcoin. Well, now I became greedy, because I was like, well, if you think about it, then SPS has higher upside, so maybe I shouldn't be selling SPS. But had I just continued doing that, I'd be up so big right now, because Bitcoin since the beginning of this year has gone up like 2.5x, right? 40K. I mean, if you go all the way like back to October of last year, so over the past year, it's up 4x, right? We were like 25K, and that would have been phenomenal for me to just continue doing that. Whereas SPS went from 3 cents down to half a penny. So F my life. Jeez. Okay. So who asked that question earlier? Gathering the Magic, about whether I want to own 10 million SPS or 1 Bitcoin. I mean, you have the answer right there. Look at the charts, bro. The only time that SPS would be better to own than Bitcoin is a very short sliver of time between when alt season begins for late or low cap gems and alt season ends. And in that time frame, we could probably do some crazy multiples. Hopefully, I hope we can do some multiples. But yeah, that's like the only time it's going to overperform Bitcoin, which if it does, right? So damn, how long have we been on? It's only been like 30 minutes. It's crazy. All right, well, you know what, let's see, where's Bitcoin at? So I messaged what's that called? Or actually, Lorcas messaged me, and it looks like we're not gonna do a live stream tomorrow, or sorry, we're not gonna do a tournament tomorrow. I will still try to do a live stream, most likely during the day. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I have a lot of work I need to get done. Gosh, the holidays really holidays did a number on me. So I will try to do a live stream tomorrow at some point, maybe day, maybe night. I can't make any promises right now. But we'll try to get back to the tournaments not a week from tomorrow. So hopefully, and hold on, let me see. So a week from tomorrow, the 12th. So yeah, we can do the 12th, we can do the 19th. I think the 26th and the 2nd might be tough with holidays, but we'll see what we do. Either way, exciting times ahead, guys. I know if you're looking at Splinterland's assets right now, everything is down, but I tried to explain that earlier, right? Everything that is not Bitcoin is pausing right now and looking at Bitcoin. So, you know, like, let's just let it do its thing, and we'll get our, oh, look at this. They even changed the little logo up here for CoinMarketCap. Everybody's been waiting for this for years. All right, Chuni says speculation is that 100% of Bitcoin addresses are now in profit, so it'll be interesting to see how much profit taking happens and when. You know, the tough thing is there's just so many interesting catalysts for next year that even like right now it feels euphoric almost. Maybe it's like a psychological thing, right? We finally crossed 100K, but I don't know. It feels euphoric in many ways. And so I wonder how many people will decide to take profit here and just kind of like sit on the sidelines and see what happens. But at the same time, you know, with crypto-friendly administration going in, strategic Bitcoin reserve, like, I don't know, all that stuff could get wild. Hold on, let me check one thing real quick. Last thing, and then I think I'm gonna hop off. any final questions, let me know. Or any other comments you want me to jump into. Yeah, it's not. Damn. Okay. All right. Well, it is what it is. All right, guys. Well, you know what? I'm gonna hop off. We're at 103.3, which is pretty good. Here's my question for you. If you just want to put some last minute comments in the chat, and we'll see who gets it right. When I stream tomorrow, which could be anywhere from, I don't know, like 12 hours from now to, we'll say like 18 hours or 20 hours from now. Yeah, around that time. Where do you think Bitcoin's going to be tomorrow by the time we start this next live stream? That is my question for you. Al Rashid says 107. Okay. Dragon says 108,350. Very specific. Solving Chaos with a nice 105. All right. We shall see, my friends. We shall see. Aaron says my 7-year-old altcoin has finally hit half a penny. Which one is this? Oh, 7-year, not 7-year-old altcoin. Is this Price is Right rules? This is just random. Sorry, I don't even name a prize. I'm just curious to see how bullish people are in terms of where they think this is going to go. There's no right answer. I'm just curious to see what bullish sentiment is, because you know what? Nobody has said, oh no, Dragon finally did it. Probably 98K, but we need to be positive. I was waiting to see if somebody was going to say, hey, we're going to correct back down under 100K. But it was just like, most of the folks were like, nah, man, we're just going to keep this party going. But you know what? It's good stuff, guys. It's good stuff. Let's just go back here to Splinterlands. And I think all this bodes obviously well for Splinterlands. For the team themselves, right? I think they have, I mean, I don't know how much they have, but Matt's talked about that, they obviously have crypto reserves. So hopefully this puts them in a better situation financially if Matt can manage that in a more conservative way and take some profit, right? Like that's a situation where I think people would take profit. A company would take profit in order to ensure that they have enough capital to run for the next 3 years. So hopefully that'll be good. In terms of, SPS and DEC, like I don't know, man. SPS is just so far out on the risk curve. We're like a 16 million market cap project. We're a 7-year-old project, which I know a lot of people look at that as a positive. It really is not, because everybody just likes new shiny things, right? Don't get me wrong, there are some positive aspects to it, and so there is longevity there, and so you're going to get your rational investors and gamers to come in and feel like, okay, well, this thing has been around for a while. But when we're talking about like dumb money, like big dumb money, like dumb money's not coming into this game. Dumb money's trying to make a quick, fast return, which only happens in Splinterlands if we can get SPS up to a significantly high enough level that people are earning stupid amounts of money, which I think is possible. 1.2 cents. We're almost there. Well, actually, no, I did the math earlier. And now DEC's come down even. So we just got to burn through this DEC. And we need the company to start buying DEC and SPS like their life depended on it. But we're probably, 11 weeks away from them doing that. Which means, let's see, 11 weeks from today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. February 19th. All right, somebody come back and clip this. By February 19th, company should be out of reserves if we continue at the roughly 40 million a week. That was Bulldog's calculation. It might be outdated now, because I don't know if he's updated it, and I'm just using his, so shout out to Bulldog. But if people buy more with credits, then that could actually run out sooner. And keep in mind, February 19th, we will not be in a situation, there will be no packs on the shelves, and Conclave Arcana presale should not have started then. Right? It might be a couple weeks from that point that Conclave Arcana starts. If it starts in March sometime, just to hit the April release date. So at that point, hopefully the team will be doing a lot of buying. Hopefully we can also get DEC back up to peg through the other initiatives. God, 2025 is going to be wild, guys. I hope you all are ready. Someone had to do it. Electronium. I feel like I've heard of that, Aaron. Well, congratulations. I'm happy that token's working out well for you. Brandon, let's go. 100K. Jobby Saints. Hey, let's go. Coming in from Twitch. All right, we can finally get some people over on Twitch. I was just complaining about how nobody's there anymore. All right, y'all. This has been fun. I need to go to bed. It's been a long day, and I got a long day tomorrow. So, congratulations for everybody who held through this bear market. It's been a rough go. But the vindication of seeing Bitcoin actually hit 100K and actually somewhat shoot right through it is wild. I have a very bittersweet feeling of happiness and relief mixed alongside sadness that I just wish I had bought more at 16K. I wish I had bought more at 25K. I wish I bought more at 40K. I wish I had bought more with the 58K gang. I wish I bought more at 70K. But you know, it is what it is. I wish I bought more yesterday. I wish I bought more 10 hours ago at 94K. But, you know, we continue to power through, and we shall see how things go. But that is all I have for you guys for today. I'll be live tomorrow. I don't know about the morning because we'll see how things go, especially since I did 2 live streams now. But hopefully tomorrow's Thursday, and we're supposed to be getting a new card next week, right? The voucher promo card. So I'm still waiting for some stats. I hope they're going to drop some stats on that soon. Maybe we'll have something fun to talk about then. But have an amazing rest of your day, night, whatever time it is. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jobby. It's late here, and this is already the second live stream. But have an amazing day, night, whatever time it is. I'll catch y'all soon. Peace.